To a rainy and wet circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for the PC2 GT3 League, presented by Intersport 37. We're here for a 10-minute qualifying session before we get the sprint race underway. If this is your first time joining us, so how this works, there is a 10-minute qualifying session. After the qualifying session, there is a 20-minute sprint race, and then after the sprint race, we take a 10-minute break, and then there's a 40-minute feature race, which is a reverse grid and worth more points. So stay tuned for all of the excitement this evening. It should be a fantastic race. It's Spa, and it's raining, and you can't get much better than that. You cannot get much better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Just a second to fix some mic issues here. Just a second. This is round number, I really don't even know anymore, but we're far along into the season. The final race of the season will be next weekend at, I still don't know, I've had a rough week. So we're now looking at XX Driver. He's on an out lap at the moment in the Ginetta. So as we wait for everyone to set out laps, let's go ahead and look through the drivers and look through the cars that they are driving. We have Rome in the BMW, and there's a Porsche around. A Porsche's gone around. It looks like it's indeed Snipper Pig. He spun it on his out lap. He went ahead and brought it to the pit. So it's Rome in the BMW. XX Driver is driving the Ginetta. It's Drive the Guard 88 who's driving the Cadillac. It's Racer X 13376 making his PC2 GT3 League debut in the Mercedes SLS. You get the map from up here, you can see their splits and all that. STX Cone Dodgers driving the Aston Martin. It's Dylan who's driving the Acura. Gully Koala is wheeling the McLaren this afternoon, and he gets a little loose, but he saved it. DDL Damage is driving the Bentley. Mobius is driving the Renault. Snipper Pig in the Porsche. Flash Mexi driving the Lamborghini, and Intersport 37, the host of this league, is driving the Audi. So we look here and take a look at all the drivers who are now starting their official time laps. And I believe that first driver, that Snipper Pig, he's not on a time lap. He spun. That's his out lap. But I do believe that the first driver to start their time lap is indeed the Cully Koala. And we all know the pace that Mr. Koala has. He won the feature race at Spain by a huge margin. It was absolutely ridiculous. He was the class of the field all day long. He qualified close to the front, but he still could not take down the qualifying king of STX Cone Dodger. So we'll see if Cone Dodger can once again put the thing on pole. Mistake in the commentary booth, and my controller fell off of my desk, so excuse me about that one, boys and girls. But as we look at Koala using as much track as possible, trying to maximize the speed around this beautiful 4-mile circuit. About ready to get this thing going here. So the Cully Koala coming through Blanchimont now. He looks like he's got a lot of speed there, but we'll see what his first official time lap is. I do expect him to go fastest. Well, obviously he'll go fastest, but going through this bus stop chicane now. Koala kind of missed the second apex there. He's using up as much track as possible. He's going to be coming across the line now. It's a 2. And what is it for Koala? It's a 2:27.4. 2:27.4 from the Cuddly Koala. An absolutely insane lap there from the Cuddly Koala. We look further through the field, and an XX driver goes to P2 in the Janetta, and then coming across the line, we'll wait for more times to appear on the board. It's Intersport who goes to P3. UDL Damage to the point. UDL Damage in the Bentley goes fastest with a 2:26.9. What a lap from UDL Damage as Cone Dodger moves up to P2 in the Aston Martin. P3 still belongs to the Cuddly Koala. It looks really close up at the front of the field. So looking through your running order now, it's UDL Damage who currently has provisional pole position. STX Cone Dodger currently P2, the Cuddly Koala P3, XX Driver P4, Intersport 37 in P5, Drive the Guard in P6, P7 belongs to Rome, P8 belongs to Racer X, making his PC2 GT3 debut, P9 belongs to Snipper Pig, and those are the only drivers who have set a time just yet. And looks like we've got an Acura coming through the bus stop chicane now. I do believe this is Dylan's first time lap, or this may be his out lap, I'm not really sure. Coming across the line, what is it? It's a 2:38.4. That puts him in P10, last of the time of the official time set. We do have the first prediction of the evening from Pecan36, the owner of the UDL itself. I was about to say the UDL F1 League, but he's over the whole dadgum thing. But and he retracted his message, so never mind on that. I think he's gonna make another one here soon, or he just didn't feel like being a social boy this afternoon. But we will get back to that, and maybe depending on what Pecan wants to do here. But Dylan currently 7 seconds faster than his previous time. If he sets a 2:29, it's gonna put him around P6 or 7. And yeah, and Pecan36 says that was before he saw all the times. And yes, I was very shocked as well to see Damage wheeling the Bentley around this place and putting it P1 for the time being. Now, Damage, if I'm being completely honest, he's usually a back marker in these races. So to see him currently in a provisional pole position is quite cool to see, as he really is using as much drag as possible there. That's not going to help at all there. Went a little wide there. If that was the F1 game, he would have taken off his entire front end. Looking at who's setting their lap now. STX Cone Dodger coming across the line now. What did he set? That may have been his out lap, I'm not sure, but I don't know if he's going for another time lap or not. But we're going to keep on and watch STX Cone Dodger. Kind of screwed up turn one a little bit, but he should be all right for the time being. Now, coming up to the most famous corner in motorsports, Rouge and Radion. Beautiful. I almost said beautiful, but he did get a little bit loose there, so he's going to lose a little bit of time from that. Heading towards turn number 7 now. Clips the apex, then uses the apex on the exit. Back to hit the other apex. Now throwing it inside, and looks a little wiggly, but I think that's just because of the rain. He only needs to find 39 hundredths of a second if he wants to take away pole from UDL Damage. It'd be a heartbreaking moment for UDL Damage, but it'd be once again another pole position for STX Cone Dodger. If he's able to find just 3 hundredths of a second, that's all he's looking for. Heading into Puan now. This is really sketchy in the wet and in these heavy GT3 cars. They're not heavy. What am I talking about? They're quite light compared to some race cars out there. But it looked pretty good through Puan. Heading to the Sector 3 split line now. We'll see if he's up or down. We're about to find out. Qualifying is officially complete. This is going to be his final time lap. He's 3 seconds down. I don't think it's going to work too well for him. We go back to the McLaren of the Cuddly Koala. Does he have enough pace to possibly take away pole from UDL Damage? Is it enough? Coming through Puan now, and now out of Puan. Staying off the curb. That might gain time and may lose him time. I don't really know for the moment. He's heading towards the Sector 3 timing line. We don't know if this man is up or if he's down. Wish we had a little bit more data. Coming around corner now, across the timing line. No, he's 2.3 seconds down. I don't think that's going to be enough. Intersport 37. He's coming to the bus stop chicane now to complete his final time lap. It's enough for him to be on pole. We haven't been following him at all. He's been quiet this entire section. We'll see what he has to do. Coming across the line now, Intersport. Does he improve? No, he does not improve. More drivers still on track. We've got, it's Dylan, who's coming down Blanchemont now, heading towards the bus stop chicane. We don't know if Dylan is up or down either, because I'm doing a fantastic job. He goes a little wide to the bus stop chicane. He's just going to abort his lap. Now, Racer X and Flash Mexi remain on track. With us, do any of these two drivers have what it takes to maybe cause us a little bit of a ruckus in the mid-pack? We do not know, because once again we don't have enough data. Flash Mexi blasting down Blanchemont now, heading towards the bus stop chicane. Braking pretty early with these treacherous conditions, throws it in there. It's looking good. Hits both apexes. Is it enough to maybe improve and go to a midfield position? Here comes Flash Mexi across the line. No, he does not improve. In Racer X, does he improve? No, he also does not improve. That's going to be the end of qualifying. It's UDL Damage who qualifies on pole. So UDL Damage will lead the field to green now, in front of STX Cone Dodger. Then it's the Cully Koala P3, XX Driver P4, and Intersport 37 will be P5. Now the drivers getting their setups on. So we're going to get us an interview with Mr. UDL Damage. I'm sure he's absolutely ecstatic, so we'll go in there and get an interview with Damage. Hey, Damage, you got a copy?
Yeah, you got me, Cindy.
All right, so you've put that beautiful Bentley on pole. I do believe this is your first ever pole in this league, and to do it at Spa in the rain, how does that feel?
It feels pretty good. You know, this car is the Boatley, so I was really looking forward to driving it here in the wet. Me and Cone, I'll go ahead and put this out there. We are drifting more than we are driving, so we have pace, but it's expendable, to say the least.
I got you. So, Cone Dodger was only about 400s or so off of your time, so he's going to be charging in hot pursuit of you. Do you think that you'll be able to hold him off, or?
I don't know. Probably not. I'm just going to be honest. They're probably going to have a lot more pace than me. I just got very lucky. So, bow down to the racing gods and the weather gods that it's not raining around my Boatley, but then everybody else it turns to a thunderstorm. And then I might have a chance.
Gotcha. Well, good luck, and thanks for talking to us, man.
I appreciate it, Cindy.
That was pole sitter UDL Damage in the Bentley. He's looking to have a career race today. So we're now on the formation lap. As we look at the cars file through turn one, we're going to look at the starting grid presented by We're Sponsorless. So P1 belongs to UDL Damage, and so row 1 is UDL Damage and Cone Dodger. Row 2 belongs to the Cuddly Koala and XX Driver. P3 belongs to Intersport and Drive the Guard. Then in P4, it's Rome 19084. And then it's Sniffer Pig in the Porsche. In P5, it is Racer X and then Dylan. And in the final row of the grid, it belongs to Flash Mexi and Mobius. And as this formation lap's going to take a while, so please forgive me. I'm going to take a quick little bathroom break, and I will be right back. and I am back from relieving some personal business of mine. So we now have our first official prediction of the evening from Mr. Pecan36, Chairman and Commissioner of the UDL. Wouldn't mind if he helped me in the commentary booth, but we're not going to talk about all that. But he says that Cone Dodger is going to win this race. He says Damage will finish P2 and P3 will belong to XX Driver. Interesting pick there. Interesting pick, saying that Koala will drop out of the top 3. That's an interesting one. Koala's got pace. I don't know if he's going to drop out of the top 3 or not. But I can't really be biased, being in the commentary position I'm in. But all I'm going to say is we are in for quite the race here from Spa. And this is just the beginning of an incredible night here from Spa. As UDL Damage leads them through Blanchimont now. This is where the heart rate starts to kick up. It's really starting to get on these drivers. They're about to go racing for 20 minutes around one of the most famous racetracks in the rain. There's nothing better than a rainy race at Spa. There's a mix of excitement, a mix of fear almost. Just a mix of wanting to get this thing going. UDL Damage leads to 6 rows of 2 through the bus stop chicane. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freaks and geeks, trolls and derps alike, get on your feet. We're about ready to get it going here from Spa-Francorchamps. The lights are coming on your screen now. We are green from Spa. It's a fantastic start from Damage. He's gone. He may be looking to clear Cone Dodger here, but look at the McLaren on the left side of your screen. He may send one to make it 3 wide for P1. But around the outside now, it's Cone Dodger using as much track as possible. Will he get the better exit? No one really knows. And it looks like that they're still side by side for P1. Will he stay side by side heading up a Rouge? Don't do it, boys. You know better. And STX Cone Dodger will hang on to P1 and take it away from UDL Damage. Damage gets loose. There's a collision. Damage is hit from the Cuddly Koala. He spun around, but he saved it. He keeps 4 tires on the pavement, and he keeps his car going. He's falling down to P9, though. STX Cone Dodger now leads this huge field of 12. XX Driver now P2. P3 belongs to Drive the Guard, but that battle's far from over. The Cuddly Koala sends one on the inside, and the Cuddly Koala will be able to take away P3. But it's an interesting battle for P4. Intersports found his way past Drive the Guard as well. The Audi really flying. The Audi is pretty good in the rain. It's got a lot of downforce on there, so he may be able to really cause a ruckus up in the front of this field. Wow! What an incredible first lap. I'm almost out of breath already. This is where I wish I really had the second commentary in the booth where I could pass it over to someone else, and it looks like someone was loose there in the back, and it was the SLS of Racer, and Mobius has fallen off the pack. Not sure what's happened to Mobius, but I'm sure we'll have an update on that later, sometime later in the future. So STX Cone Dodger leading from XX Driver. Then it's the Cuddly Koala P3. Intersport in P4. Drive the Guard P5. Rome P6. Dylan P7. P8 belongs to Flash Mexi. Pole Sitter UDL Damage is in P9. Racer X in P10. Sniffer Pig P11. And Mobius rounds out the field for the time being. So the gap now from Cone Dodger to XX Driver now less than 1 second. We're going to look through the field here, see if we can get some better battles. It looks like Drive the Guard all over the back end of Intersport. Will he try and make a move into the bus stop? Chicane a little loose there from the Cadillac and Drive the Guard. Does he send one into the bus stop chicane? No, he does not. He decides to tuck it in for the time being, but I'm sure that won't be the last that we see of this battle this afternoon. That's a huge 3-car. Yeah, it's a 3-car gaggle for P4, really. And into turn 1 now. The Cadillac has a run. The Cadillac might go for it here. No, he's going to tuck in and wait to the end of a Rouge, possibly, but he gives a little bump. It's a bump. A little bit of a bump, and what's happened to XX Driver? XX Driver has left the session, essentially. I think I saw the banana backwards and in the wall. What's happened to XX Driver? I happened to miss that on stream because of the battle for P4, which is now P3, final step on the podium, but I'm not sure what's happened there. Mobius Mist was also disconnected, so unfortunate stuff here for XX Driver. I hate to see that. He looked like, and it really looked as if he was catching up to the Aston Martin of STX Cone Dodgers. That's very unfortunate to see for him. It's going to be tough, but the good news for him is he will be starting on pole for the future race, which will be coming up shortly after this race. Pecan, I think you also dealing with reviewing this, so if you don't mind, if you liked to advertise this and all the chats and stuff for UDL, that would be great. Other than that, we're back to the racing now. STX Cone Dodger leading from the rest of the field through about a 4-second gap from him to the P2 driver, the Cuddly Koala. P3 belongs to Intersport. Drive the guard right on the back end of Intersport. The guard looked like he took a better line there than Intersport. We'll have to see, depending on the run he gets into the corner leading to the Sector 3 timing line. Using a lot of track there, trying to maximize his run out of that corner. Looks like he may have a better run. I'm not sure though. He's going to try and get the slipstream, but try and stay out of the spray as well, because that spray is absolutely lethal in this game. It can really impair your vision in this game. But it was a big run there from the Cadillac, but I think he's going to have to brake a little bit earlier and wait to make the move to the second turn of the bus stop chicane, because Intersport took a weird little apex and the Cadillac's really loose. Had to really wheel that thing on the exit of the bus stop chicane. The Cuddly Koala looks to have fallen back into this group of drivers as well. So we could have a 3-car battle for P2 here. STX looking like he's going to run away with this one as well. But Intersport 37 looking to the inside of the Cuddly Koala. Does he make the move stick to a Rouge? Yes, he does. It's not over yet, though, as both drive the guard and Intersport get past Koala, who's forced to take the runoff area and a Rouge, because I'm sure he didn't want any part of that. It's hot in the rain. And frankly, I don't blame the man. Like an interesting battle there for P6, I do believe. It's Dylan's trying to get past the Bentley of damage. And there's looking really racy there for P7. Flash Mexi trying to defend from Rome. And Rome might get the better exit here. They're side by side for P7. Rome's going to make the move stick. Does he run wide? No, it is not. Rome into P7. We're having quite the race here, boys. It may not be too exciting at the front, but throughout the field, there's battles everywhere you look. So now it looks like a pretty big battle for P4 now, as the Bentley of UDL damage and Dylan is catching up to the McLaren of the Cuddly Koala. Really wide there from Dylan. I don't think that one is going to gain him time. I think he lost about a half a tenth there from that move. He's going to try to take a better line damage here, try and maximize his run. We're going to look back up to the battle for P2 now. And that's soon. Have a look there, drive the guard gets loose, and that gap's going to expand, and that battle is essentially over for the time being. But the battle for P5 is certainly not over. Dylan is pushing through every single corner, trying to catch up the damage here. I just don't think he has what it takes to catch up the damage, but we'll just have to wait and see, as Intersport has looked to really close that gap, and damage, of course, goes insanely wide for Blanchamont. Better exit there from Dylan. He's right on the diffuser of the Bentley, and he gets loose. Can he save it? Yes, he can. And Dylan is able to save the car and keep all four on the black stuff. Now he's going to tactical defensive from Rome. It almost chopped his nose off. We'll have to see what Rome can do around the outside. Can Rome make the move stick? He's going to use the curve as much as possible. I believe they're still side by side. I can't really tell. I've got some horrible depth perception. No, they're not. Dylan keeps P5 away from Rome, but the damage now trying to take back what is rightfully his. He's trying to come back to P3 and possibly take the final step on the podium after being spun out of P1 from this race. It's an absolute shame to see, but it's a big old train here for P3. Tight apex there from Damage, just really trying to carry as much speed as possible to those corners. Damage seems to be faster than Koala. He was 4 seconds. He was 4 seconds faster than Koala the last time around. Fastest guy on track in the moment is Intersport 37. That man's absolutely flying. If you look at the lap times on the left of your screen, he is about a good 7/10 or so faster than STX Cone Dodger, who was in the lead of this race. If you also look, that gap from first to second is really closed. We could have another fantastic and classic Cone Dodger and Intersport duel. We never get tired of those in this league. They guarantee to put on a show every time that they are together on track. So be prepared for a fantastic battle for the win of the sprint race. They did it in Spain, so imagine doing a spot on the web. That would get intense very quickly, as that gap's going up drastically. Did Intersport make a mistake? I'm not sure. But back to what's going on. It's Damage. Damage is spun. As soon as I take the camera off, let me spun out. Damage has lots of damage on the front end of that Bentley. Excuse the pun there. That is absolutely heartbreaking for UDL Damage. I looked up to see the gap from first to second, and I looked back on Damage, and his car is absolutely destroyed. That's unfortunate stuff for the pole setter. He's going to have to try and wheel this thing back to the pits and get it repaired to try and get back into this race. That is so unfortunate for UDL Damage. I hate that I missed that on camera as well. I really feel bad about that. He's going to park at the bus stop. He's going to try and crawl his way back to the pits. And there he goes as he crawls his way back into the pits. Man, you know he's absolutely devastated. If we could please just get an F in chat for our boy UDL Damage. He did everything he needed to do, but just put just a few tires wrong, and he spun and is out of contention for a podium, which he had wrapped up. He was the fastest guy on track. That's an absolute shame. You hate to see it, gentlemen. We're looking at about 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in this sprint race. So anything could still happen as the gap from first to second, of course, is still closing. I looked at that the wrong time and missed a very crucial part of this race. I'm beating myself up over it. God, I was focusing on him the whole time when I take off the camera. He spins it off. Man. But now Dylan chasing down the Koli Koala. He wants the final step on the podium. Dylan's hungry. He is a GT3 League rookie. He would love to capitalize and take away P3 here in his first ever race, but he is getting pressured by Rome tremendously here. Rome seemed to be one of the most aggressive drivers on track recently. He tried to make a move around the outside, Dylan, in turn 1. He goes a little bit wide, but I don't think that's going to lose him too much time. I think he'll end up and be okay. Seems to be the closest battle on track at the moment. Rome right onto the diffuser of Dylan and that Acura. That BMW looks to have a good bit of straight line speed. Just continuously just gaining and gaining and gaining on the Acura. Does the Acura have anything to say about it? The bus stop chicane now looks like a better line possibly from Rome. And they've gained a little bit of time. They're heading towards turn 1 now. All cars taking it very cautiously, very, very timidly. They do not want what's happened there. It's Dylan. Dylan's gotten loose. He's into the inside wall. He's trying to keep Escalala. He got really loose and had to really save it. And they're side by side going up Rouge. Are they actually going to make this work? Oh my goodness, they are! Incredible driving from all drivers. Nikoli Koala hangs on to P3 for the time being. They're side by side for P4. Rome looking to the inside of Dylan. Heading up to turn 7 now. This could be 3 wide now. Rome, he clears them for P4, but here comes Flash Mexi. He wants a taste of this. Contact for P5. Flash Mexi works his way up to P5. Fantastic racing here. This is incredible stuff for this battle for P3. Starts off with Dylan and the Kelly Claw going side by side through Rouge. Never thought that we would have saw that here in the rain. It takes a lot of guts and a lot of skill to pull that off. Gap now for first and second, 1.9 seconds. And yes, Dylan indeed lost 3 spots in 30 seconds. Very unfortunate for him. He made a gutsy move to try and go side by side through Rouge, and we have a driver disconnected. It's Damage. Damage is disconnected from the race. He's decided to clock quits and settle for a P3 starting spot, or P2 starting spot for a sprint race. So he will be looking to capitalize. So XX driver Damage will be looking to capitalize and run away from the pack in the featured race. 5 minutes remaining here from Spa-Francorchamps. I think I'm saying that right. Kind of hard to say at the redneck hick accent, but hey, I do my best. 1.1 seconds now the gap from first to second. We're going to have a look at this battle here for P1. Because Intersport seems to be the fastest guy on track lap after lap. We'll see what the times are this time by. And yeah, wow, that's absolutely incredible stuff there. A full second faster than STX Cone Dodgers that time around. We'll see what he can do later, but we look back to P3 and P4. This is where all the excitement is for the moment. Dylan takes a peek to the inside, but probably just to spot his braking zone, just to make sure he doesn't run wide or do any of that. The McLaren of Koala really likes to run wide at turn 1 for whatever reason. I guess he likes it out there. I guess he likes it more out there. He finds more speed to there. But Rome in the BMW looks to have a lot of pace through Rouge. Will he be able to get a better run than Koala? I don't know for Rouge, I don't know, but we might see a whole lot of passing here. Single file for the time being. I do not expect that to change at all. And what if I missed the front? What if I missed the front? I just missed it, but STX Cone Dodger now 6 seconds back from Intersport. What happened? I missed that on stream. I've been missing so much important things here, but we've had a lead change in Intersport into the lead of this Grand Prix as Cone Dodger has spun or has lost control or something, and he's down to P2. What's going on there? Oh, man, I've not been on my game today at all. And 2 crucial moments I've absolutely missed. At least I haven't missed a pass in this battle, but I did miss a pass for the lead. I'm sorry about that, guys. And Dylan looks like he ran a little wide. They're side by side for P7. Stipper picking Dylan. Can Dylan hold it? Yes, he can, but he does go a little bit to the outside and kind of extends the track a little bit, but it will not be that big of a deal. And Koala goes off and into the runoff area. He's going to have to give up P3 to Rome. Rome into the podium places. This is a fantastic moment for Rome. We're looking at 2 minutes 18 left. So Intersport's coming to take the white flag of this race. He will be taking the white flag, and now Intersport 37 leads this race 8 seconds over STX Cone Dodger because of STX Cone Dodger losing control essentially, but they're side by side for P4. I just missed that, but it looks like that the Cadillacs are really gone wide. He's lost a lot of positions there, but now Rome in the P3. It's Flash Maxi in the P4. Dylan in P5, Drive the Guard P6, Slipper Pig up to P7. The Kelly Koala in the pits. What is Koala doing? Why is he in the pits on the final lap of the race? In the stick-sponsored McLaren. Not sure what he's doing, but he probably knows something we do not here in the commentary booth. Intersport 37, race leader, 6.5 seconds over STX Cone Dodger. STX Cone Dodger spun and lost control and gave the lead to Intersport. But now it's Snipper Pig. He's up to P5. It's a fantastic drive from Snipper Pig for the moment. He started way back in the pack and he's managed to drive his way up to P5. Flash Maxi is going to have to do everything he can trying to close up the Rome to possibly take away this final podium position, but if I'm being completely honest, I really do not see that one happening. I do think what you see on the screen will be our final finishing order. So STX Cone Dodger now, the P2 driver, the man who probably had this race won, but he lost it, he lost control, and he gave the lead to Intersport 37, and Intersport just ran away with it from that point on. Intersport seemed to be the fastest guy on track, just couldn't set a great qualifying lap. So battle for P7, maybe. No, it's not great. Ooh, wow, that's a massive voice crack from me. I apologize for that one. But Intersport 37, he's been the fastest guy all day. Didn't set a fantastic qualifying lap. Started around mid-pack, but he drove his way through the field. He did what he had to do. He passed cars. He made daring moves. He was the class of the field today in the sprint race. Coming out of the exit of the bus stop chicane, Intersport 37 in the Audi. He's going to come across the line, and he's going to win the sprint race here from Spa-Francorchamps. Whatever. And STX Cone Dodger will take home P2. And then it looks like Rome will hang on to P3. This is going to be a fantastic moment for Rome. He can just execute these final corners in the bus stop. And he can. If he stops weaving back and forth, that'd be ideal. But Rome's going to come across the line. He's going to take the final step on the podium. Flash Maxi brings her home P4. Slipper Pig in a fantastic P5. Dylan in his debut race brings it home P6. P7 rolling to Drive the Guard, but he's off. Drive the Guard's parked it, and he gives P7 a Racer X. What's happened to Racer X? To Drive the Guard, Racer X now finishes P7, and then P8 belongs to Drive the Guard, but that's not over yet either. Drive the Guard in the pits in the final lap, but will he beat Koala to the line? Koala's faster. Will Koala take P8 away? No, he's just going to let him have it. I'm not sure what's going on in the party chat that I haven't heard, but there's a Porsche on its lid. You gotta love those cool down lap shenanigans. We're going to get an interview with the race winner, Intersport 37. Hey Intersport, you got a copy?
Hey, Sinister, how you doing?
Good stuff, man. A fantastic win. If I'm being honest, I did not catch the incident on stream. You took the race lead, so and you saw Cone spin or lose control or whatever happened to him. What was the first thought that went through your head?
When the incident happened?
Yeah.
He made my job a lot easier.
Yeah, I'd say that is one way to put it there, but a fantastic win. You will be starting in the rear for the main event tonight, so good luck on trying to fight your way through the field. You did it We're in the sprint race, so just do it again. But there's 20 more minutes.
Hey, well, thank you very much.
Uh-huh. That was Intersport 37 race winner. We're going to get another interview here with STX Cone Dodger. Hey, Cone, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Sinister.
Yeah, I guess the question that all of us at home are asking ourselves, what happened?
Oh, I just, ran out of talent.
Ran out of talent, huh? I did not catch the spin on stream. I'm not sure what happened because there's a battle for P3 that was going on about the same time, and then I looked up and saw the Intersport was about 8 seconds ahead of you. So I knew that something like had to have happened of some sort, but yeah, you seem to be the class of the field until a certain incident. So how do you feel going into the feature race?
I don't know if I'd say, I don't know how I feel. Terrified. This car is not nice to drive in the rain.
I'd imagine so. Well, 40 minutes of wet spa is coming your way in about 10 minutes now. So good luck, and just don't do what you did the last time.
Yeah, thank you. I'll try not to.
That was sprint race runner-up STX Cone Dodger. I guess we got time for one more interview here. We'll go for probably the man that we all want to talk to here of UDL Damage. We're gonna go and get an interview from him. Hey, Damage, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Cindy.
Well, it started so well, but it just went downhill from that point. On lap 1, on the exit of Arouge, you look to have gotten turned from someone. I couldn't see who. Take us through what happened on lap 1 there.
Yeah, I was unfortunate enough to be beside of the only car faster than me on a straight line, going up into Eau Rouge and Radion. So I lifted off to let Cone through, and that slowed me down and put me on a terrible line. And so I went off to the left at the top of Radion to get out of the way because I was like 20 mile per hour slower. And then out of nowhere, there was a nice orange McLaren that hit me right into the diffuser, and around I went and down to last. According to him, it was a lag bump. So,
well, he is from Australia, so he's got a lot of ping down there. But then after that, you seem to have found your footing again until you spun on the straight before the bus stop chicane. So what happened there?
I hit the puddle on the inside and understeered into the wall.
Gotcha.
And yeah, whenever that happened, the entire rear wing fell off. So I went from 0 to 100 rear damage real quick, and it wasn't very healthy.
No, it sure didn't look like it. But the good news for you is you are starting P2 for the main event of the evening, and you have proven to have the pace and possibly the fastest guy here today. So, do you think that you can win the main event, or what?
I haven't even gotten a podium yet in this league, so if I win, it'd be a mistake.
I wouldn't say
there'd have
that
to
now
be a
because
serious pileup. No, okay, I've got the 1 lap pace by 40 thousandths of a second, 39 or whatever it is.
I mean, hey, that's something.
But 1 lap pace doesn't do you very much. And in a wet race around Spa.
Well, try and do that one lap or 40 minutes, it and you should be good. Good luck for the feature race. Thank you for talking to us.
Bonjour.
Yeah, I've got a guy to mute here. We just had a random guy join the lobby, join the
Oh, I ain't
party.
random, bro.
Not sure what that is.
I'm friends with
He
Flashback,
doesn't know
bro.
that I am commentating at the moment. That I'm going to have to mute him.
Oh, well,
This is quite the
can
intruder
somebody
here.
start a ship?
Well, I am streaming on a YouTube channel if you want to check it out there and decrease viewership because I
Who's
am the
that
commentator.
speaking?
But this is Sinister Elf from the commentary booth. Great. Okay, got that squared away. I've muted him. We added a little bit of an intruder on the stream, so I do apologize for that. But we're going to interview one more guy. To interview Rome, who finished P3 in the sprint race. Hey Rome, you got a copy? Rome, check. Rome, you got a copy? Rome. I don't think we're gonna get an interview from Rome tonight. That's very unfortunate for Rome. I would have loved to talk to him after a P3 finish like that, but I guess we'll just have to hold off on that. But yeah, we're gonna take a quick little break now before we go into the feature race. So just sit tight and enjoy yourself. All right, everyone, we're back, and we have confirmation for an interview that I want to do for a while. So we're going to try and get Rome back on the mic. Hey, Rome, you got a copy? Rome has got a copy, everyone. Rome, your first podium in this league. How do you feel? I mean, I would too, and especially get it at such a historic track and in the rain. It has to feel fantastic, man. And man, for sure. So, but the downside to all of that is that you will be starting from the back in the main event here soon. So, do you think that you can work your way through the field? Well, that's good. That's exactly what I want to hear. So good luck and thanks for talking to us, man. That was the man who just got a podium. Absolutely fantastic drive there from Rome, and he was at the right place at the right time, put his car exactly where it needed to be at all times. Love that from Rome. Such a genuine guy. One-minute warning from race control before we get the feature race underway. We're about ready to go. That's not good. The lobby leader has left the party, and he's also left the lobby. That's an interesting one. about ready to get it back going here for the feature event here at Spa. 40 minutes of racing, 17 laps for these fantastic GT3 drivers to try and handle. Everyone's readying up. We're getting ready to go. As we wait for the final few people to ready up, we'll be ready to get this race going. Well, I thought that we were about to start, but we are struggling to get these final drivers readied up. Still waiting for everyone to get this thing going. I do apologize for the wait for everyone at home. We're still waiting, guys. I do apologize for all this wait. And then we're getting ready to go. Loading screen on the screen now. We're about ready to go. To everyone who's watching, just tell your friends and share it around. We're about to go racing 40 minutes around Spa in the rain. Anything could happen. 11 drivers are getting ready to take on this treacherous Spa-Francorchamps. You do not want to miss it. cars are on the grid now. They're about ready to go here. Oh, yeah, but everyone getting their final setups on the car, about ready to go here. And we're now rolling. We're going to wait for everyone to get into their correct grid spots. Everyone pulls off. Well, that's everyone who's starting on pole. Come to the front of the field. Let's get this all set up here. XX driver will be on pole. Excuse the silence and commentary for everyone who's kind of confused on what's going on. This is a reverse grid from the sprint race results, so XX driver will be on pole. So UDL damage line up P2, and driver the guard line up P3. The color koala will line up P4. P5 will belong to racer X. P6 belong to Dylan. Let's go through the starting grid row by row here. Row 1, XX driver starts on pole alongside UDL damage. Row 2, drive the guard. He's alongside the cuddly koala, the fast Australian. Row 3 belongs to racer X. He's starting beside Dylan. Row 4 belongs to Snipper Pig. He's starting alongside Flash Mexi. And row 5 belongs to Rome, the third place finisher last race, and STX Cone Dodger. And starting all the way in the back, sprint race winner, Intersport 37. Should be a fantastic race here today. 17 laps around the beautiful Circuit Day Spa-Francorchamps. Should be a good one. Should be a good one. Six driver leads them around Poo-1 now. And yes, he kind of goes by the reverse finishing order of the sprint race. Just about ready to get this thing underway. XX driver leading them through the technical part of this beautiful Circuit Day Spa-Francorchamps, leading towards the Sector 3 timing line. We're about ready to get this thing going. We were treated to an instant classic of a sprint race. Heading into Blanchimont now. Drivers will begin to form up soon, and we will get this thing going. It's a rainy day here from Spa, but that's what the fans like to see. The driver is absolutely fighting those absolute animals of cars, trying to maneuver around this course as fast as possible. They're 2x2 now. XX driver and UDL Damage leading the field to the bus stop chicane. We're about ready to get this thing going. 17 laps around the beautiful circuit des Spa-Francorchamps. 40 minutes. Will it be anything like the sprint race? If it is, this is going to be a fantastic night of racing. Get on your feet, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freaks and geeks, trolls and derps alike. We're about ready to get it going from Spa, and we're green. It's a great start from UDL Damage. Look at the jump he gets over XX Driver. What a jump from Damage. It's a fantastic start for the Bentley. Into turn one now, around the outside. Can he make it move? Can he make it work? Let's drive the guard! Drive the guard has made contact with XX Driver. A disgusting stuff from Drive the Guard. I'm not sure why he sent a dive bomb like that and just nudged him out of the way. But they're side by side for P1 now. UDL Damage will clear Drive the Guard and hold on to P1, but it was rightfully his in the sprint race. But he got a little loose in tag a little bit. Now, heading up through Rouge now. Everyone seems to be clean, which is surprising. It's a huge battle for P7 back there. It looks like Dylan's holding off an incredible pack for P6 here. We'll see if they can maneuver through this corner cleanly. And they can. Somehow, but Flash Mexi, a little bit of contact there, but they're still 2x2. Nothing is separating these guys at all. Back to the front, UDL Damage. He leads the way from Drive the Guard. Then from Drive the Guard, it's the Cuddly Koala. Racer X up to P4. Fantastic drive from him so far. XX Driver down to P5 after getting punted by Drive the Guard. At Cone Dodger finds his way into P6. Flash Mexi P7. Side by side for P8. A little bit of force there used from the BMW of Rome. But he did what he had to do. I do suppose that he gets past. I do believe that was the Porsche of Snipper, if I saw that correctly. And we got the Porsche around. The Porsche spun around at Poo line. It's Snipper Pig, the UDL F1 World Champion, has spun it around through Poo line. Unfortunate stuff for him. He just cannot seem to find his footing in this league. But now UDL Damage leading the way, but he gets a little bit loose. He's in the dirt. He loses P1. Drive the Guard into P1 in this feature race. Here comes the Cuddly Koala. He's got to ride on the Cadillac into McLaren. Find more straight line speed and make the move before they even hit the bus stop. I was about to brag on Damage and say how he's trying to turn this night around, but he's down to P3 now after going a little bit wide. Everyone's going wide now, trying to use as much track as possible. Heading towards the bus stop, braking early in these timid conditions. A little bit wide there from everyone. Very loose there from Drive the Guard, but it looks like everyone's going to make their mandatory pit stop now. So Drive the Guard and Cuddly Koala will make their mandatory pit stop now. We'll see UDL Damage take the race lead for the time being. So what Dam's going to try and do now is just run his own race and just try and build as much as a gap as possible. Upper Rouge now, just keep it under control, keep all four of the black stuff, and you're good. Racer X starting to actually show some pace there in P2, and the Mercedes SLS, he's keeping the gap close to the same on UDL Damage. Pretty big train here. And looks like we got a car off in the back there. It's Dylan. It's Dylan who is driving the Acura. He's gone off a little bit there. Lost a little bit of time by running into the grass. Just a giant train so far. No particular passes. Cone goes wide. Picks up a little bit of grass. He's will not lose too much time as he's chasing down the Mercedes SLS or Racer X. SCX Cone Dodger wants to try to assume P2 here. Driver really going wide there for P1. Looked a little very sketchy there from him. Looks like Cone Dodgers may have more speed than Racer, just can't seem to find a way past him. He's going to look for a better exit. Heading to Blanchimont now. See what he can do. The Ashland, of course, is a very good car in the rain, so we'll see what he's able to do. But it doesn't have a lot of straight line speed, I do not believe, but we will see what he can do. He's right on the back end of Racer here. He looks to the inside. Of course, they are using the Pecan line to the best of their ability, and Racer X goes off-road and he picks up a little bit of curb. So STX Cone Dodger will see himself in the P2. That's a beautiful, that's a fantastic game wrangle there. Slightly mad studios, appreciate it. But STX Cone Dodger is going to let XX driver go. Didn't see what happened. Must have made an illegal move of some sort, and he felt bad about it. So he did the sportsman-like thing and gave the spot back to XX driver. UDL Damage has done exactly what I told him he needed to do. Well, I didn't really tell him, but he's gone out there, he's ran his race, and he has built himself a gap to try and to build himself a buffer for whenever he pits. Looking back to the field, looks like a giant train still. It looks like Rome may look for a move on Flash Mexi. STX Cone Dodger may look for a move on XX Driver here. Cone Dodger's going to clear him before they even make the corner. And it's a big move from Flash Mexi, but it's going to be covered off by Rome. Great defending there from Rome. Very adventurous move from Flash Mexi. I do respect the effort, but just didn't quite work out for him there. Now Flash Mexi, once again, right on the diffuser of Rome. Will he send one now? He might look for a move into Puon here shortly. Rome gets very loose. Flash Mexi's gotten the better exit. Will he look for a move through Puon? Oh, he's gonna tuck in for Puon for the time being, because side by side to Puon, that always goes well, right? Flash Mexi using a lot of track there, trying to get as much exit speed as possible to get past the BMW here. Now Cone Dodger trying to lead this train to the back of Damage's diffuser. He wants to win this race. He wants to take back the sprint race, which he lost in dramatic fashion. As all this is going on, the Cuddly Koala and Intersport are about, they're way off the pace. As the Intersport is about a minute 23 back from UDL Damage. I'm not sure if he's made his pit stop or not. I imagine so. That's very bad there from Intersport. Coming from the bus stop chicane now. Damage will pit this time by, so we will get to see exactly how he fares with the rest of the drivers who pitted slightly earlier. So we'll look at the Cuddly Koala. You know, better look at Drive the Guard, who he's the only one to not really have issues after that pit stop. So we'll see what happens here. The Damage is away. Does Drive the Guard to beat him out, or has Damage done exactly what he needed to do? But he's missed his pit stall. That's what's happened. Damage has missed his pit stop. Thought he was out. Drive the Guard will assume the lead of the race because Damage had pit stop issues. Oh, that's absolutely horrible from Damage. You hate to see it, boys. That's absolutely horrible for UDL Damage. He just cannot find good luck. He's going to have to try and pull out the pace he had in qualifying, try and chase back down, Drive the Guard, but I don't know how he's going to pull that one off. So STX Cone Dodger now assumes the race lead. He leads from XX Driver, who's 2 seconds back. Then it's Rome, who's 3 seconds back. Then it's Flash Mexi, who's about 4 seconds back. And then there's Dylan, who is also 4 seconds back. So it's a pretty good battle here for P2. Or P3, or P3 rather, I should say. The Cuddly Koala in the pits now. He has to pit again for repairs. That's unfortunate for the Liquor-sponsored McLaren there. He's always, the Koala, he always has pace, but he just can't seem to have the luck go his way in these treacherous conditions, so it's really hard for him. Very, very tough for the Takoli Koala. .3 seconds now, the gap from STX Dodger to XX Driver. Looks like an interesting battle for P3 that I happened to miss. Dylan into the pits now. He got involved in that battle and did not want to lose time. XX Driver into the pits now. Will he come out ahead of Damage? Or Drive the Guard for that matter? He absolutely will not come out ahead of Drive the Guard. That will absolutely not happen. Will he come out of Damage? Will he come out ahead of Damage though? It might be close. I really don't think so, though. And no, he will not. Damage will get past XX Driver here. Dylan's also in the pits. He's made a stop. Routine stop there for both of these guys. So depending on what happens to Cone, Drive the Guard is your net P1 for the time being. But now, the question in the air is, when will Cone Dodger pit? That is the looming question over all of our heads, because that will determine how this race really goes whenever Cone Dodger decides to pit. Look back to the field now. Looks like an okay battle for P6. Not a whole lot of battles on track. This is dry period. I tend to go silent in these periods. This is when a secondary commentator would be nice. Or I could pass to them. They could just spit out some random facts to keep us entertaining. But I say that they're side by side for P8. Didn't even see that. Snipper Pig and Racer X, a couple of successful UDL F1 drivers going at it. Contact between the two of them. Racer X looks like to make some contact with the back end of Snipper there. Racer X will come back, trying to get back to Snipper, but Snipper Pig and the Porsche is spinning around. Snipper Pig on the power too early, and he spins it around. That's so unfortunate for the UDL F1 champion. That's very unfortunate for him. Just cannot seem to find his footing in this league. Just keeps having bad luck after bad luck. Just cannot go right for him. Back at the front of the field now, it's Cone Dodger. He's spinning around! Cone Dodger has spun the car around! Can he get it back together? Hey, Rome! No, he can't! Rome to P1! Rome is going to lead his first lap of the PC2 GT3 League! SCX, Cone Dodger had a moment, and he gave the race lead to Rome! What an incredible moment here! Absolutely that's such a sad moment there from Rome there, from Cone, excuse me. Oh man, not sure what happened. Maybe he got on the power a little bit too early or something, but he's going to have to try and chase down the BMW of Rome now. He looks like he's got more pace than Rome. Rome, he looked to go a little bit wide there. We're going to go into the helmet cam. I do this in NASCAR, so I figured I'd do it here. Of STX Cone Dodger and see how he operates this thing in treacherous conditions as he tries to chase down Rome for the race lead here. As you can see, the spray makes the track almost invisible. Really hard to see in these treacherous conditions. See the exit speed that Cone gets out of here, how much time he can make up on Rome. Now Rome is nothing to shrug our shoulders at. He proved he had pace in the sprint race as he was able to drive the P3, and it's really wide there from Cone. That's a horrible line. That might put Flash Mexi into P2. No, I take that completely back. I got lost as to where everyone was. We'll go back to this. We're going to watch him go up a Rouge now. And he takes it beautifully. We look back to the cameras, the broadcast crew. Rome is the race leader from Cone Dodger, and it's Flash Mexi who sits P3. Drive the guard in a solid P4 for the moment. The pit stop still have to happen. Rome goes wide. Cone Dodger is all over the BMW. Cone applying the pressure, doing what he needs to do to take P1 right back. Got about 9.5 laps to go here from Spa, so anything still could happen. Plenty of time for things to get crazy here. As things are already crazy, as we saw the race leader put the power down too early and lose control. And now we have a first-time race leader in the GT3 League here in Rome. This is incredible storylines here. Heading down Blanchimont now. Rome just managing to keep the gap about the same. STX Cone Dodger has not gained or lost a lot of time on Rome here. Seems to be about a 10th closer this time around though. We'll see what he can do coming to the bus stop chicane. Really throws it in there hard. What a sin there from Cone Dodger. Really beautiful corner there. Just threw the Aston in there and it stuck for him. Now the thing about the top three here, these guys still have to pit. So once these guys pit, that'll be the official running order. We'll just have to see where all these guys turn out. Heading up a Rouge now. The Aston looks to have gotten a better exit. Possibly. Can he make the move heading into turn 7 or will he have to hold off for a few more corners? What can the Aston do in this straight line? There's the Lamborghini, a Flash Mexi. Don't count him out. He's going to wait for these guys to battle and he'll be right back into this battle. And what's happened to Rome? Rome, I think he caught too much curb and had a moment. He lost a lot of speed and he gives the spot back to Cone Dodger. A catastrophic error there from Rome. Sees STX Cone Dodger take back P1. Now Cone Dodger, he needs to calm down. He needs to build a gap. He goes to pit and still assume the race lead. It's not over yet for Cone Dodger because he still has to pit. So your net leader at the moment, Drive the Guard, leading from UDL Damage. Once again, he's right on the diffuser of Drive the Guard, really. There's a lot of speed in that Bentley. He's trying to make up for what happened in the sprint race. He's going to try and come out here and win the main event of the evening. Coming through Puan now. Cars are really sketchy through this part of the track in these treacherous conditions. Now Cone beginning to really expand the gap over the rest of the field. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. Just build that gap and try and build enough of a buffer to pit and keep the race lead. But I don't think it's going to be enough for him. Will he decide to pit this time by? Pit this time by? No, he's going to keep it on track for another lap or two, or maybe a lot more laps, who knows. About 9 laps to go here from the GT3 Grand Prix of Spa. Is it called a Grand Prix for GT3 cars? I really don't know. I have no idea. Not a clue. Not a clue. We're going to look for battles on track now. Rome trying to hold off P2 from Flash Mexi. The Lamborghini seems to have a lot of speed there. 3 seconds faster than Rome the last time around, but that's because Rome made an error there in turn 7, and that gave the lead away to STX Cone Dodger. That's why he was slow that lap. And Cone Dodger really going wide up there. He's lost a lot of time. Rome's going to be right back on the diffuser. He's just losing time. Cone at this point is just losing time to Drive the Guard and UDL Damage. Now, speaking of Drive the Guard and UDL Damage, Damage has fallen back to about 10 seconds behind Drive the Guard. I don't know if he's managed to spin out or what. I'm not sure what's happened. But now we've got a pretty good battle here for P1. This isn't a net P1, of course. That still belongs to Drive the Guard once these three finally make their pit stop. To the bus stop chicane now. Does Cone Dodger decide to pit this time by? No, he's sticking out for a few more laps. Does Rome pit? No. Does Flash Mexi pit? Flash Mexi indeed pits. Flash Mexi takes it to the pits. And he will come out well behind Drive the Guard here. Drive the Guard zooms past Flash Mexi. Is he still in the pits? Drive the Guard now in a comfortable net P1. Damage is gotten by a Lamborghini of Flash Mexi as well. If I were an intelligent Cone Dodger, but I am not, I would decide to pit this lap because all he's doing is losing time to Drive the Guard. But he may know something that I don't. But if I were him, I would go ahead and pit because I don't think he's going to be able to gain time on him anytime soon. Still waiting for Cone to decide to make his pit stop. Now, I'm pretty sure Cone has made his pit stop. If you're in the chat, please inform me if in case he has, because I may just be wrong, but he's standing out a lot later than most of these guys. Don't go away just yet, though. Lots of racing still to go, even though it's only about 7 laps or so. That's a lot here at Spa. Each lap takes about 2.5 minutes, so don't go anywhere, folks. Does Cone decide to pit this lap? No, he stays out once again. But Rome now, into the pits. Making the smart decision, I do believe. I don't think that he will be able to drive the guard out or anyone in this top group, but comes Dylan looking on Flash Mexi. Damage just can't seem to get it right. He's gotten passed by Dylan. The car just does not look okay out there. They're side by side for P4 right now. Dylan on the outside of Flash Mexi. Heading in turn 1 now to the outside. Dylan looks for a move. Does he have the guts to make a move like that? He's gonna look to the inside. Flash Mexi goes wide. Better line to Dylan. They're beating and banging across the. What happened there? It looks like that got Dylan a little bit loose. They might go side by side up a Rouge here, but it looks like that Flash Mexi will clear Dylan and hold the spot for a time being. They just throw their cars in there. Dylan now seems to have gotten the better exit, though. He's going to be right on the diffuser of the Lamborghini. Here comes the Acura. Will the Acura look for the move or will he not? He looks to the outside. Dylan now into turn 7. Does he have what it takes? No, the Lamborghini too strong in a straight line. Just a few laps left now. We're almost done with this race. It's been a fantastic race, really. Lots of storylines developing, lots of controversial moments. Some great battles on track as well. And we're just a little over halfway there. So to everyone who's just now tuning in, STX Cone Dodger, the man who used to be P1, still has to make his pit stop. So Drive the Guard is your net P1 driver at the moment. Now Dylan now chasing down Flash Mexi, because this will be for the final step of the podium here. And it looks like Cone. No, he hasn't. Looks like that the intervals had lied to me for a while and glitched out. I thought Cone pit for a while there, but turns out that he just broke for a second. But Dylan really throws it in there. He's looking around the outside of Flash Mexi. What a corner by Dylan. He shoved off the road a little bit by Flash Mexi. Flash Mexi was really getting the elbows out there. They're still side by side now, heading to turn 1. They're still beating and banging. These guys can't stay off of each other. Head into turn 1 now. Looks like Dylan will be able to make the move stick finally after just an all-out war with Flash Mexi. But we all know that the Lamborghini has got some straight line speed there, so we'll see if he can get a good exit out of a Rouge here and chase down the Acura. The Acura goes really wide. Better line from the Lamborghini. Could we see him move into turn 7? I'm not sure. The Lamborghini looks to be closing. Does he look inside? Does he look outside? Does he look for a move at all? He does look to the inside. Flash Mexi, does he send one on? Still side by side, heading to turn 8 now. Flash Mexi still on the outside of the Acura. Flash Mexi makes the move stick. That's some fantastic battling there for Flash Mexi and Dylan. Very thankful I got all that on camera. They'll probably go back and watch this. XX drivers left the session. I thought that was Drive the Guard, and I was about to be very concerned because I was throwing away a race win there, but I got my drivers mixed up there, so excuse me, I almost freaked out. And he's also left the party as well, so excuse the black thing you see on your screen. Now it's not a big gap, but Cone Dodgers managed to expand the gap over Drive the Guard by just a little bit. As he pulls into the pits now. Cone Dodger. And he's hit the wall! He's hit the wall pit entry! That's absolutely horrible! It was looking good for Cone Dodger until he hit the wall. He's stuck! He can't get turned around! Cone Dodger is stuck! Oh no, it was looking good! He may have had a chance to win this thing, but no, he's absolutely stuck! That's absolutely incredible. I have never seen anything like that in my life. Cone Dodger is stuck. He's forced to retire. That is one of the worst, the unluckiest things I've ever seen in league racing. You do not see that often. He had a gap going there. I don't know if it was enough to take the lead or not, but he was starting to expand that gap, but that's just the unluckiest thing I've ever seen. Drive the Guard now. In command of this race, 14 seconds ahead of the field. It's Rome stays P2. He's looking for a second podium of the night. P3 belongs to Dylan. Are these two guys still not done? No, they ain't done. This battle for P3 is going to go to the end here. They come up a Rouge. We know how much straight line speed that Lamborghini has. Get ready to see him move into turn 7 now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think he's going to be close enough to make a move just yet. He'll have to tuck in for a few more corners before he wants to try and send an ungodly dive bomb on the Acura. Now, I don't know if it's going to be enough time or not, but Rome has started to close the gap a little bit there on driver by about a second or so. But I don't know if it'll be enough for him to close that up and essentially take the race win, but we'll see. I think it's going to take a mistake from Drive the Guard for Rome to take a chance for the race win, but anything can happen here in this league, as we saw with Cone Dodger getting stuck on pit entry. Really loose there from the Acura. Flash Mexi seems to have taken a better line there. More speed in the Lamborghini, looks like. Really loose there from the Acura. Heading towards Blanchimont now. The Lamborghini might make a move to the bus stop chicane here after this very long straight. And once again, we know straight line speed of Lamborghini. It's a fantastic exit there from Flash Mexi. He might make the move now around the outside. Can he make it stick? He's actually looking around the outside. The Madman in the Lamborghini. Can he make it stick? Though contact between the two of them. He's gone really wide. Can Flash Mexi still hang on and take away P3 from Dylan? I don't know. Going to the bus stop chicane now. They're both throwing it in real hard, and Dylan's gone really wide. And Flash Mexi will take the spot away from Dylan. But fantastic racing from these two. This battle's still not over. And it looks like the battle for P1's shaping up too. I think, and yes it is. That gap is now down to 6 seconds. I think that Drive the Guard may have had a little bit of an error there. Looks like the tires are starting to fall off for Drive the Guard. We could be in for a battle for the win here. Could Rome pick up his first win, or will be Drive the Guard? Regardless, we will see a first time winner today. Excuse me. The Acura now looking for a run on the Lamborghini. And we will keep you posted on the gap for the lead, though, as it's really looked like Drive the Guard has made a mistake of some sort. And yes, indeed, Flash and Dylan have been racing each other very well. There's been some contact, but that's just racing. As Dylan looks to the inside now, can he make a move through here? You don't see this often. To the inside, Dylan makes the move stick. No, he hasn't. Flash Mexi now has the inside line. They're still side by side. Who's going to give in for this corner? Will they stay side by side? Yes, they do. Still side by side. This still is not over. What a race between these guys for P3. Going wide through Puan, the natural thing to do in the rain here at Spa. There's not a lot you can't do about that. The gap now first to second, 2.9 seconds. That gap a few laps ago was 14 seconds. So something monumental must have happened to Drive the Guard. But Rome is licking his chops. He's going to try and catch back up to Drive the Guard and see what he can do. Heading to the bus stop chicane now. The Acura, I don't think he's going to be able to make a move yet. No, he's nowhere close to try and make a move just yet. But it's a really deep corner there from Flash Mexi. Dylan, if Flash Mexi's a sportsman-like driver, he might give the spot to Dylan. Or might lift just a little bit. I'm not sure, though. No, he's just going to hold it in there. I don't think he gained too much time from that, but nevertheless, we persevere. A little bit wide there for Flash Mexi. He usually goes wide there. Now the Acura is going to be all over the diffuser of the Lamborghini now. They're going to come up a Rouge. It's going to be really close for the two of them. Both drivers just sending it through a Rouge now. Just pushing their cars to the absolute limits. They both want the final step on the podium more than anything right now. And this, if you look behind there, you can see a Porsche who's been just sneakily creeping up to this battle as these two battle away, of Sniffer Pig 007. So we could see a three-way battle for P3 here soon, and we are still keeping a close eye on the gap for P1. Rome seems to be closing the gap ever so slightly, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get past Drive the Guard for P1 or not. It may take a little bit of a mistake from Drive the Guard for Rome to take that spot away, but our focus at the moment is on this battle for P3. Flash Mexi holding off the Acura of Dylan. Sniffer Pig finding his way back to this battle. He was 4 seconds faster last time around. Can Sniffer Pig finally get up some luck in this league and pick up his first podium of the series? And the Acura is really pushing it back there. If you saw Dylan using as much curve as possible, trying to get as much speed as he can on the edge of that corner. We're approaching 2 laps to go here from Spa. And the gap now from first to second starting to increase now. And now Dylan's on the diffuser Lamborghini. That's still letting Sniffer catch back up. He's still creeping closer and closer to this battle for P3. Dylan's going to look to the inside of Flash Mexi now. It's a wide line from Flash Mexi. The two still make contact. They do this every time out of that corner for whatever reason. They may go side by side up a Rouge. Which driver is willing to give in? It's going to be Dylan. He's going to have to lift, and he's going to have to wait until turn 7 if he wants to make a move. Smart thing to do there from Dylan. However, I would have loved to see them try and go side by side. But I think the Lamborghini's going to have the advantage here. I don't think that Dylan will be able to make a move just yet into turn 7. But once again, if you look back there, you see a wild old Snipper Pig. And boys, we're going to monitor the gap again for P1. 2.3 seconds now. That gap's getting closer. It's closing and closing ever so slightly. But I don't think it's going to be enough for Rome. I just don't know. And to the inside now, Dylan. Oh, that's an adventurous move there from Dylan. Can he make the move stick? Can he clear him for the even reach the next corner? Yes, he can. Dylan up to the final step of the podium. Here comes Snipper Pig. This race is not over. Dylan gets to the grass, gets a little loose, saves it though. Fantastic save there from Dylan. Almost causes a big pile up though. Really wide there from Dylan. Flash Mexi will assume the spot back. They're still side by side. Mexi shoves Dylan off a little bit. Is he still there? Yes, he is. They're still side by side, heading into whatever this corner is called. I don't know my corner names too well. Snipper Pig is enjoying everything he's seeing right now. He's back into this battle for P3. This is fantastic racing so far. Big contact between the two of them. Huge contact. Mexi's in the dirt. Snipper Pig now into P4. Can he look for P3 possibly? This is incredible racing, everyone. Side by side for P4. Snipper Pig on the outside of Flash Mexi. There was a heavy contact between the Acura and the Lamborghini. That saw the Porsche of Snipper Pig up. Make a very, very fantastic move, and he's got a chance to take this podium away from both of these guys. Snipper Pig's put his car in the right place at the right time, and now he's got a chance to take away a podium. White flag in the air here. So Drive the Guard still leads from these three. But the gap now starting to expand. So unless Drive the Guard manages to crash, we'll monitor now. Look, going through a Rouge. Does he keep ball 4 on track? Yes, he does. So Drive the Guard may be able to cruise to an easy victory here, as Dylan is still your P3 holder at the moment. But we all know the straight line speed of the Lamborghini. They're heading up towards a Rouge now. The spray is going to hinder the Porsche and the Lamborghini a lot. Here they come up a Rouge. All three cars throwing it in there, pushing their cars to the absolute limits. Does Snipper have anything to say about this battle? Dylan got a horrible exit out of a Rouge. Now around the outside, can Flash Mexi really make something move, make something work here? Around the outside, Flash Mexi, can he do it? Kind of cuts the corner a little bit, but it gets into him a little bit. Oh, this is scary stuff, boys, scary stuff. Still side by side. Man, these guys have raced the entire race. They're just not getting off each other. Now Snipper pushing Dylan to P3, it looks like. And now Snipper looking for P4 on Flash Mexi. This is an incredible battle for P3. Gap now for P1, by the way. 1.5 seconds. That gap's closed. It must have been a little bit of a mistake from Drive the Guard. We will keep you posted on that as well. We're going to have to look at that in just a second anyway, and take our eyes off this battle for just a second. This is absolutely incredible stuff going on. And it looks like the Porsche has gone really wide. He's pretty much out of this battle now. But looking at the front of the field, it does look like Drive the Guard is going to be able to hold on to this one. But it looks like that there's still contact between the two guys battling for P3. This is absolutely incredible. Final sector of the race now. Drive the Guard now is our race leader. And he's going to come across the win here. Coming to the bus stop chicane. Drive the Guard in the Cadillac. He's done what he had to do. He's dominated this race, really. He made the right strategy call, and he's going to win the main event here from Spa. But we're focused on the battle for P3. They're side by side at the moment. Snipper Pig still wants this battle. To the inside, Snipper Pig looks on Flash Mexi. Does Flash Mexi send one on Dylan? Does Dylan have it wrapped up? No one really knows. Into the bus stop chicane now. Dylan throws the Acura in there. Flash Mexi's going to try and get as much exit speed as possible. Nudges him a little bit. They're going to be side by side to the line. No, they will not be. Dylan will take P3. and take the final step of the podium. Flash Maxi takes P4, Snipper Pig P5. What a race for P3. Snipper Pig, not Snipper Pig, but Air 437 will take home P6. Racer will take home P7, and UDL Damage P8. But it's Drive the Guard who wins here from Spa. And Rome finishes P2 as well. Fantastic race here tonight. As we all get some group burnouts from everyone to celebrate such a fantastic event. And that's just the absolute demolition derby now. And there's a car flying! As we saw there, it looked like the SLS of Racer, I hope it was. Yeah, everyone just going absolutely berserk now. They can celebrate now, the race is over. They can go home to their families and celebrate a fantastic event. UDL Damage will be the final finisher. He's going to come across the line. What a fantastic race here from Spa. We're going to get an interview with main event winner, Drive the Guard. Just give us just a minute here. Don't go anywhere. Hey, Guard, you got a copy? You got a copy? Great. Fantastic drive out there, man. You were the class of the field all day long. How do you feel after a fantastic main event win? For sure, and it looked like in the closing laps of the race that Rome was starting to really catch you. The gap started at about 14 seconds, and he started to close it down to less than 2 seconds. So what exactly happened for him to close that gap so quickly? Yeah, man, for sure. Fantastic drive, man. Thanks for talking to us, and we hope to see you again next week. That was Drive the Guard, the race winner here for the main event. We're going to talk to someone else. I think we need to talk to, because that's 2 podiums in one night for one man in particular, Rome. Let's talk to Rome real quick here. Hey, Rome, you got a copy? You got a copy? Great, man. 2 podiums in one night. What is going through your head right now, man? Yeah, man, for sure. You were driving like a madman out there. You seemed to, and you were really closing up on guard there. Just if you had a few more laps, you might could have got him. So obviously, I'd imagine that you are very happy with your performance in these 2 races, aren't you? I mean, yeah, man, you drove fantastically all day long. Thanks for talking to us, man, and we hope to see you again next week. That was Rome, and we're going to talk to one more man that I think we really need to talk to tonight. And that is the man who got into one of the funniest incidences I think I've ever seen in league racing. That's STX Cone Dodger. Hey, Cone, you got a copy? Cone, you got a copy? Colin?
Preoccupied.
All right, Colin. Well, I think you know what I'm going to ask. So I'll go ahead and cut cut straight to the chase. How did that happen?
Please tell me that was not on stream.
I got the whole thing on stream.
Fantastic.
I got the whole thing on stream, so please explain to us what exactly happened there.
Fantastic. So, funnily enough, I did not run out of talent there, but I did not familiarize myself with the puddle locations on pit entry. So, going into the pit, the left side tires caught a bunch of some huge puddle, and I spun. And I spun in such a way that I entered pit lane at a 90-degree angle and could not move forward nor backwards. And in a last desperate attempt, I hit the reset button, but the game wouldn't have it. So I was left there to rot for eternity.
That is the most unfortunate thing, but yet the funniest thing I've ever seen in league racing. That's very tough to see. You may have had a big enough gap to come out ahead of Drive the Guard. I'm not sure though. The gap was about 15 seconds at a time, so I don't know if you would have came out ahead of him. But yeah, man, you drove well. You did all you could do until that incredible incident with the pit entry, but fantastic drives, man, and we hope to see you again next week.
Yeah, it should at least. I think the points should set Intersport and I up for a pretty nice finish at the Nürburgring. So, for better or for worse,
indeed,
we'll
it
see.
should. It should be quite the championship fight for y'all too. I'm excited to tune in. It should be an absolute barn burner. So thanks for talking to us, man, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
Okay, now my next idea for the next interview here is a two-man interview between the two men who put on the battle of a lifetime. So we're gonna get Dylan and Flash in here. All right, Flash and Dylan. And y'all both hear
Yo, what
me?
up, Sinister?
Yes. Hi, Sinister.
All right, so whoever wants to answer here, y'all two put on the greatest battle I think I've ever seen in league racing. The fans at home were probably all standing up and screaming at their phones or monitors or whatever that they were watching on. So one at a time here. What was going through your head in that intense duel?
I suppose I'll go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, just concentrating on just holding my pace rather than anything else. But it's near the end there, the Lambo, it really didn't like the high-speed corners anyway. But towards the end of the stint, the tyres were really struggling. Just couldn't quite keep Dylan off from being able to pass us. So, that was probably one of the best races I've ever had in online racing. Or, best battle, at least. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same here. I pitted kind of early to try to get some clean air. Almost got caught up in other people's incidents, which cost me a little bit of time. But when I saw Flash come back out ahead of me, I knew that we were going to run to the end of the race. And yeah, when it got farther and farther along towards the end of the race, we both kind of got more desperate. And I apologize for a couple taps that I gave, but all in all, I think that was the best race I've ever had on any game. So, yeah. Just fighting the understeer was the biggest problem.
Switch positions a fair few times there. It could have kept going, and who knows where anyone would have finished.
Yeah, another lap and Snipper probably would have gotten us both.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Snipper definitely wasn't out of that at all. I forgot about that.
yeah, for sure. Well, guys, thank you for providing some quality racing entertainment for me and the fans at home. Uh, thanks for talking to us, and good luck. And good luck next week at the Nürburgring.
No problem. Peace
thank you.
out.
That was your P3 and P4 drivers of Dylan and Flash Mexi, respectively. This will conclude the broadcast here from Spa. After some fantastic races, we had the sprint race. That was a fantastic race, obviously, with the Intersport and Cone Dodger. We had the feature race. Fantastic battle for P3 all the way to the end. I hope you all enjoyed. If you're still watching, and don't forget to tune in next week, same time, for an insane battle at the Nürburgring. Don't forget to check that out. It is the championship race. Intersport and Cone Dodger will be trying to put on a championship fight for the ages, so don't forget to tune into that. But for tonight, we will conclude the broadcast. So from the commentary booth, I've been Sinister Al. Good night.